Hello everyone, welcome back to WhiskyWars. So today's a NeckPour video, and I really want to know, guys, so in my previous batch of NeckPours that I filmed, they were actually bought in the start of March, and I just never got around to posting the videos until recently. But by the time I'd posted the videos, I'd spent 3 or 4 months with the whiskey, drunk a considerable amount, and actually recorded their WhiskyWars. So what I was doing, if you guys had noticed, which I'm sure you have, is on the Friday I would post the NeckPour, and then a few days later, the following Monday, I would post the war with that whiskey involved. Do let me know what you prefer, actually, because I'm going to follow what you guys prefer. Do you prefer me doing what I'm doing right now, which is as soon as I get the whiskey in, opening it up, filming the NeckPour and posting it, and then waiting a few months to then film a war and post the war after I've had considerable time with the whiskey, which is what I like to do with a whiskey war review? Or do you prefer for me to hold back on the NeckPour, not post it, and wait until that whiskey war is filmed and then post them close together? I'd be really interested in what you guys prefer. Whatever you prefer, I'm gonna do. So please do comment down below which you prefer. NeckPour is released as soon as I film it, or hold it back for the whiskey war. Okay, so the NeckPour today is going to be another bourbon on the channel. I did tell you I was getting more into my bourbons, and this is the Bulleit 10-year, bottled at 45.6% ABV. I did post a Bulleit war on the channel, which was the Bulleit bourbon versus the Bulleit rye, and I love the rye, but I did enjoy the bourbon. So when I saw the 10-year available, I thought, yes, I'm going to go for that. Now, I'm going to get price out the way straight away. So I paid, this whiskey, in the UK is around £40. On Master and Malt, it's £44, so it's a little bit pricey there. I would say look elsewhere if you're from the UK for this whiskey. You'll find it £35 to £40. I actually picked this one up on Prime Day, so at the middle of July, in Germany for €26.50, which is around £22 with my basic conversion skills. So it was the same price as the standard bourbon. So I think I've done really well with that price. And I love those sorts of deals because basically it's a safe buy. Even if you're not blown away, for the money, it's a safe buy. So they're the ones that I really enjoy doing. So here we go, let's open this up. Now, you don't get a great cork pop from Bulleits, that's what I've noticed. But guys, the bottle design for me, I love how basic it is, but it really does remind me of the Wild West. And that, I just love that. I love the bottle design. It's really old school. Quite a good cork pop, actually. Okay, let's get it poured out. So I actually have another 10-year-old bourbon that I picked up on my birthday a few months ago. And that was the Eagle Rare 10-year-old. So I think for the Whiskey War, do I compare 2 10-years together, or do I compare it to the standard Bulleit? Or maybe do both? Do let me know in the comments down below. Okay, I wasn't expecting that nose. So I've just can't get my words out. So I've just finished filming the NeckPour for the Jack Daniel's single barrel. So that will have been posted last Friday. But this is so different to that. It's far more subtle on the nose, but it's reminding me a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of the Bulleit rye. I'm really picking up part of that rye in this bourbon, and you guys know, if you saw that war, I love the Bulleit rye. I think it's really, really nice. And there's elements of that, just a bit, with a normal bourbon-y characteristic. It's not strong and oaky on the nose. It's really taken me by surprise, and there's a very clear, how would I describe that fruit? I don't have a name for it, but like a peach or an apricot on the nose. And I've never had that on a bourbon, and that's really exciting me. Yeah, mixed with that, and I mentioned when I had the Bulleit rye, it was green tea and cardamom, and I loved it. And I'm getting, it's reminding me so much of it, but I can't say green tea and cardamom because it's just not strong enough in that note. But it's like a really subtle background green tea and cardamom mixed with a stronger note of peach or apricot. So fruity and a bit rye forward. And the mash bill for this whiskey, 68% corn, 28% rye and 4% malted barley. So a decent amount of rye in here actually, which would make sense because I am picking that up on the nose. I wasn't expecting the peach or apricot notes at all. Pleasantly surprised though. There's something spicy in here, but it's not the oak that's spicy. There's a spice in here and I really want to pinpoint it before I move on. Guys, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to go for a ginger here. I'm going to say ginger because there is something that prickles the top of my nose. It doesn't smell complex, but I'm really optimistic about how this is going to taste based on the nose. And already I can tell it's really quite different to the standard Bulleit bourbon. Okay guys, let's get on to the taste. But before we do, if you're enjoying the video so far, please do drop a like on the video and don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. Okay, let's get on. Where did that come from? I'm going to put that as the caption for the thumbnail actually. Where did that come from? Genuinely. Rye. I was picking it up a little bit on the nose, it just smelled different. Those apricot notes and peach notes that I was getting on the nose, quite strong actually. Didn't get it on that first sip at least. That was rye spice, genuine rye spice. And oakiness. The oakiness came through on the taste, wasn't there on the nose. In fact, it smelled a little bit watery. Not on the taste. Let's go back in. Okay, yeah. I'll be honest with you guys, I would have liked more on the taste if I got more of that apricot and peach that I was getting on the nose. I was getting very excited because I don't really pick that up on bourbons. Way more rye forward. And I could pick up rye on the nose, way more on the taste. A lot of cracked black pepper. And I just wasn't... On the nose, I did say there was something prickly that was sharp in the nose. And I knew it wasn't the oakiness. And I put it down to ginger. I still think ginger's there, but definitely cracked black pepper. I would give the finish a medium finish. I wouldn't say it was long, but also not short. I think a medium finish for this one. Did I just get like a toasted oak on the taste? I'm pretty sure I got a toasted oak. A little bit charred on the taste, adding just a touch, like really faint bit of smoke on there. As you guys know, I love my Islays, nothing like that. But there was just something a little bit smoky, like incensey, a little bit about the wood. But it's not strong, it's faint. Could be imagining that. but I did get that on the taste just then. I like that. That rye spice and oakiness blast has calmed down a little bit as I'm getting acclimatized to the whiskey. Okay, final thoughts. I would say really basic, but I would say just to try and give you guys a better indicator on how this whiskey is. If you've had the bourbon, standard bourbon, the non-age stated one, and the rye, I would say if you had 2/3 of the standard bourbon with 1/3 of the rye, but that standard bourbon was oakier. There's like a little touch of licorice on the taste that I'm getting, but a lot oakier, spicier, mixed with the rye. Now the rye was definitely sweeter, herbal, more green tea like than this is. This has more black pepper rye. So it's more spicy, it's more peppery, it's more oaky. I get a little bit of licorice in there, which I didn't get on either of the other bullets. A little bit of a charred wood smoke as well. If you throw those notes onto the imagination of 2/3 Bulleit bourbon, 1/3 Bulleit rye, that's this whiskey. So, do I think this whiskey is worth £40? No, I don't. I don't. And guys, this is the NeckPour, so it's first impressions of the whiskey. But my first impressions are, and maybe this changes by the time the war comes out, as it opens up. Most whiskies improve. I've had a couple though that got worse after the NeckPour, but most improve. 90% do. Right now, I don't think it's worth £40. Now, if you find it it's in Germany, it's €30 standard. I picked this up on a deal for around 26, 27 euros, which is around £22, which is amazing. Do I prefer it to the standard Bulleit bourbon? Honestly, guys, I can't wait to film that review. I'm not going to do it yet. I like to spend time letting it oxidize and open up, and I drink around half the bottle, maybe more, maybe a bit less, before I film that war. But already I'm super excited to film that war. That's the whole premise of this channel. It's my passion. I like to compare whiskies, especially similar whiskies. So yeah, I can't wait to get stuck into that. As of right now, is it worth the money I paid for? Absolutely. Is it worth £40? I'm going to say no, not yet. Bear with me on that, but I'm going to say no, not yet. Do I like this whiskey? It's different, and I'm liking the difference. So, yes. I hope that helps. Just the first impressions, as always. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do click that subscribe button down below. And as always, thank you to all my Patreon members as well. This whiskey is on you guys, for your guys' support. So I really do appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my Patreon account. This video would not have been made without you guys, and neither will the war that's going to come out. So I really do appreciate it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're all having a great day so far, and I hope to see you all for the next Whiskey War.